the 24/7 aspect of Six Families Radio because of that. It's just not economical for me. And trust me, all the artists that I played, all the legends, all the new cats, if we had more advertising, and I had a little bit of advertising, right? I'm not going to gloat over it, a couple $100. That shit ain't nothing. It's like I said, it wouldn't even cover 10%. Barely even cover 10% of what Sound Exchange wanted me to pay for it. So, to all the fans and all the people who support me and all the people who was excited and behind the movement, I appreciate y'all, and I apologize deeply that we couldn't continue in that format. Now, I encourage you guys, all my listeners, all my fans, we're here. Six Families Radio ain't going nowhere. The format's going to change. It's going to be more of a podcast-driven, on-demand / live-driven format. The 24/7 aspect of music being played, unfortunately, isn't going to be foreseeable at this point. But I encourage everybody to log on to all my fans and all my supporters. I appreciate y'all, man. And trust me, this shit wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me to just close up shop and say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Because I invested so much time, so much money, and it set me back, man. I ain't ashamed. I was feeling a little depressed, man. I'm like, shit. Because I had a lot of people that were supporting me, man. A lot of artists, a lot of DJs, a lot of producers that were really, really supporting this movement, man. And I felt like I let a lot of people down. So I encourage everybody, though, to log on to radiodiversity.org, all right? Now, there's a petition going on, basically, where what we're trying to do is get enough people to get in there and, basically bring back the Webcaster Settlement Act. And what that was the blanketed coverage that they got rid of on December 16th of 2015 when they announced that. So I do encourage all my fans and all my supporters to go on there, put in your information. There's a section in the middle of the page where it basically says, how can you help? And you go in there and put your first and last name, your email, your zip code, and you basically just add your name to this petition, right? And our hope is to get enough people, a lot of support, a lot of movement to really bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Because this music industry needs variety and it needs a change. The major corporations that control radio, you hear the same shit all the time. You hear the same record played all the time. You hear the same artist. And that's cool. I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? I love those guys, but there definitely needs to be diversity. And I think a lot of the independent guys really bring a differentiated experience to the game, especially in hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? So take some time. Support these guys. It's the Action Network. Support them and, make sure that y'all support them and support us, because at the end of the day, we do this shit for the fans. We do this shit for people who support us. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to get on this here today and really address that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel it's necessary for the people to know. A lot of people, I get a lot of haters, and a lot of haters like, oh, he close shot. You couldn't hack it. You couldn't hack it. Motherfucker, I could hack it. And I was killing it, exceeding. We was doing great things, and we had a lot of great things planned. But you know what? Shit happens. You can't control, especially what the government does. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, moving forward, we're going to be announcing some more shows. The site's been revamped. I got some, so you can get on to sixfamiliesradio.com and you can listen to this shit live when I go live. You can on demand it later on. We got some new shows coming. I got a show called Barbershop Talk with a couple of homies. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to shoot the breeze. We're going to talk about a lot of things in hip-hop and just entertainment in general. Then I got another show. It's called A Battle. And basically, I'm going to dissect these battles, the most infamous battles you could think of, 80s, 90s, 2000s now. And I'm going to get the artists that, competed, and we're going to have a sit down and have conversations with them. So it's going to be real dope. I'm really excited about that shit there. So, but I got 10 minutes left of this little mini Tuesday Night Venom. I'm going to probably go from, moving forward, I'll probably go for 45 to an hour. It's going to be kind of in this format. I'm going to basically take everything that's been going on. It's basically going to be really my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get on here and we're going to talk about a lot of things, and I'm going to answer questions and interact with the fans and things like that. I got, there goes the thunder again, see? Shit, man. It's going to be an interactive format. We're going to get the lines up. I got a Skype account set up for Six Families Radio, so if y'all on Skype, add us at Six Families Radio, and we take calls, and you know we get you interactive with the show and shit. So that's not going to change, man. So definitely the fan interaction is going to be crazy. So I want to touch on a few things, and I'm going to get to a few questions here before I get out of here. I want to talk a little bit about something that really pissed me off, man. Really pissed me off. Now, Gene Simmons, world-renowned lead singer of the legendary Kiss. He made some interesting comments in it was about a week ago. You know what? Pause. This is actually a few weeks ago. But this resonated with me so much because, it pissed me off. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. It pissed me off that he said things like this. So he had an interview about the 40th anniversary of Kiss's album Destroyer. And he started to really kind of get into the state of the music industry, right? And he said he hated the internet, which I concur. Definitely agree with him. But he he made a comment about hip-hop. And, he basically said, this is what he said. He looks forward, quote, looking forward to the death of rap and hip-hop. Now, my question for you, Gene Simmons, he might not hear this. He might. What's your problem with hip-hop music? You made your money. You've been in the game for 40-plus years. We salute you, man. We ain't got no issue with you. We cheer for you, man. We really, really, really salute you as a forefront of the game. So, to come out and say rap will die next year, 10 years from now, at some point, something else will come along, and that's all good and healthy. Now, I understand what he's saying. Back in the 70s, they said hip-hop wouldn't be shit. Hip-hop would die in 5 years, but it didn't. It's still going and moving forward and transcending languages and countries, and it's crazy. Now, here's the thing. Hip-hop came from the same state that Kiss came from. Let's be real. The punk rock scene in New York for punk rock in the let's say the late 70s was huge. Now, I can understand if you don't like hip-hop, but don't knock something you don't understand. Me personally, there's a lot of shit I don't understand in this world, but I don't knock it. I got an open mind, and if you wanna educate me on it, my ears are open. I might not like it, but I ain't gonna sit here and say, yo, deaf to this, deaf to that, deaf to this. Single-handedly, hip-hop has everything that you can mention right now is centered around hip-hop. The Kardashian family, hip-hop. They associate with hip-hop. TV, commercials, radio, hip-hop. Everything is centered around hip-hop music. So, Gene Simmons, shut the fuck up and quit hating, especially when, Run DMC's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this is the shit that really, really ticked me. Like, the other shit like rap will be dead, I want rap to die. Cool. Shit, that's your thoughts, that's your everything. But check this out. He told radio.com, quote, a few people decided what's in and what's not. He said, and the masses just scratched their heads. You got Grandmaster Flash in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Run DMC in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You're killing me. That doesn't mean they aren't good artists, but they don't play guitar. They sample and they talk, not even sing. That's my problem with it. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for all musical genres, not just rock and roll. You got a lot of great artists in that Hall of Fame. Just because they don't play guitar don't mean shit. Your whole career, Gene Simmons, was based on a gimmick. You dressed up like a female, you wore face paint, and you stuck your tongue out. So don't come to me with that bullshit. Grandmaster Flash deserves to be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Run DMC deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. NWA should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are. And you was mad at that too. So cut that shit out, man. And all you old heads out here that try to write off hip hop and say, yo, hip hop's good. Fuck y'all. It's still here. Without hip hop, I couldn't do what I do. So get out of here with that bullshit, all right? Gene Simmons. God damn it. I like you, man. I really do. I liked your reality show. I liked your family. I like Kiss, man. And I'm going to continue to like Kiss. But don't come over here trying to stomp on this culture, man. Get out of here. All right? Now, moving on to my next topic of discussion. There's been a lot of talk about the Drake album. A lot of talk on the Drake. A lot of people have been asking me. And this is one of the questions that I've been getting. I'm going to touch on the Drake. Only got a few more moments. I'm going to touch on the Drake and I'm going to answer a few questions. I don't like the Drake album at all. I like some cuts, but I don't like it as a collective album. And I'll tell you why. I got nothing against Drake. I like Drake. He's dope at what he does. He's not my favorite artist, but I fucks with him. I like what he does. I like his R&B records. He's an R&B singer to me. He ain't no rapper to me. He don't write his own rhymes. So that's it. Now I got a, let me see here. Let me go to my Twitter real quick. I got a question from Joey. Joey V. I don't even know what the hell your Twitter handle is. He asked me, Vinny, how do you feel about Drake not writing his own rhymes, but yet getting hip-hop quotables through a lot of blog sites? Well, here's my thoughts on that. He can't get no hip-hop quotable because he doesn't write his own rhymes. Now, some people might argue and say, yo, have you heard So Far Gone? Have you heard Comeback Season? Yes, I've heard it all. I'm not saying he can't rhyme, but these hip-hop quotas but that they're giving him now is questionable because it probably came from someone else. I want people to, Joey, I want you to think about this. Ask yourself who your favorite rapper is of all time. Or who your favorite rapper is right now. If you found out that your favorite verse that you relate to that hits you right in that chest, if you find out that that verse was written by someone else, how would you feel? How would you feel about that artist? That's a question I want Joey to ask himself. And I want everybody else to ask themselves as well. Biggie Small is my favorite rapper of all time. If Big didn't write Juicy, and he didn't write Kick in the Door, and he didn't write Warning, I feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that people can't have songwriters and they can't have people to help them write, songs and hooks and things like that. People piggyback off each other all the time. But if that potency don't come from your own pen, you out of here, man. I don't consider you nothing. I consider you I don't even think this is a word, but I'm gonna just make it up. You got plagiarism in your blood. I don't even know what to call you. I don't even know an adjective to describe that or a noun. You do not write your own lyrics. You out of here with that. So, but here's the thing. Drake for what he is, he's dope. You know what I'm saying? He does his thing. You know what I mean? He does what he does. Me personally, I won't be cruising around listening to Drake with my windows down by myself or with my friends or my homies or even with my wife. Shit. My wife don't listen to that shit. And you know what I'm saying? She in touch with her feelings the whole nine. She don't even listen to that. So that's my feelings on that. I got 40 seconds before they kicking me out. Next week I will be here for a little bit longer. But the next question comes from April. This is the email. She wanted to know, Vinny, do you have any plans to... Wait, this don't make sense. Vinny, do you have any plans to bring back any wrestling-related podcasts like you did with Marquis? Yes, I do. That is a podcast that I have called The Squared Circle. I'll give y'all some more details on that soon, all right? I'm out of here, though. Thank y'all for spending the time with me. I'm glad we addressed some of the shit with Six Families Radio. I'll see y'all next week, man. Tuesday Night Venom. This